Hi, this is Junda. Welcome to Tree Leaf. I just returned yesterday from a month in India. I visited all our sacred and precious sites. Lumbini, where the Buddha was born. It's in Nepal, actually. I visited the deer park, where he set in motion the wheel of the Dharma, offering his first teachings. I visited Kushinagara, where it is said he left this visible world. And I visited Bodh Gaya, sat under the Bodhi tree, the place we celebrate this week for Rohats, his moment of enlightenment. You know what I found there? Nothing. Well, better said, I found there nothing that is not just right here, not just right where you sit. I'm sitting in my son's bedroom here. By the way, he needs to clean up this place. I'm going to talk to him when he gets home. And I left my two children and my wife for these past weeks so I could go off on this adventure, this pilgrimage. And I've come back here to say that the ground where I sat there on Vulture Peak is the same ground upon which I sit now. You see, I did find something sacred, something timeless there. But I find it right here too, as I cross my legs and sit zazen. The Buddha's enlightenment was not something in a distant land. It was not something 2,500 years ago, but it's right here when you cross the legs and sit. When we live in a way inspired, guided by Buddha now, the Buddha is alive. And the Buddha's moment of enlightenment comes true through us. Master Dogen said, what reason is there to go off in search in dusty lands? He was right. I found nothing there that's not right here in my son's bedroom, in your home with your family. You know, one thing I did find when I was in India are the ruins, the old stones left from monasteries and stupas and statues long gone. Buddhism virtually disappeared from India. But what those old stones and ruins represent is thousands of years of people who, in their own ways, sought to honor and find the meaning of Buddhism. In 1,001 different flavors, 10,001, countless flavors of Buddhism. And you know what? The kind of Buddhism we're practicing right here in our homes, in our lives, is just as true as all that. You see, the monks who lived in the monasteries, they're long gone. The monasteries, even the great ones, turn to dust. Some people say, believe it or not, that one reason that Buddhism disappeared from India is because it did a relatively poor job of reaching out to ordinary people. It was too monastically centered compared to other religions that came, such as Hinduism and Jainism, which did a better job of, shall we say, involving and moving the ordinary believer. The Buddhists locked in their monasteries may have been a little too isolated. And when the time came, they lost the popular support so necessary for a religion to survive. That's one reason that Buddhism disappeared from India, besides the fact that certain invaders came in and burned down all the monasteries. That didn't help either. There's really nothing left of Buddhism in India right now, except all the wonderful people I met coming from so many Buddhist countries, from China, from Tibet, from the four corners of the world, Thailand and Burma, Europe and America, who made pilgrimages too to these places, keeping the flame burning. Buddhism is very much alive in these places through the people who come to visit, and I was one. But I tell you right now, I did not need to leave my family here. I did not need to leave my home to find anything in India. India was fun. It was very exotic. I enjoy traveling, and I always learned a lot. No two places, no 2 days are ever the same. And I don't mean to say that I regret my trip to India. It was very exciting. But truly, I found nothing there about Buddhism, about the truth we practice. That's not just right here. Wherever you practice, know that it is Bodh Gaya. It is under the Bodhi tree, the place of the Buddha's enlightenment. This is the lesson I'd like to convey to you for Rohats. Don't go searching over there, because the more you search over there, you may miss the home, the truth that is right where you sit when you just open your eyes and realize so. Now, by the way, it's always good to get into a group and to sit a retreat. I encourage many of you, if you can, to go travel and get together with your Sangha or any other group of Zen practitioners you can find and celebrate Rohat's retreat this week. But if you cannot, maybe you can't travel, maybe you have family responsibilities or work responsibilities, I'd like to invite you to sit our Rohat's retreat at Treeleaf, which will be netcasting this weekend on the 10th and 11th. Technically a little after Rohat's, but who's counting? And not only that, it's available anytime, in real time, through the miracle of modern technology. It comes right to you, and you can sit and join in a Rohat's retreat, which we will netcast, available anytime from Treeleaf, that has all the fixins. Zazen, some Heart Sutra chanting, more Zazen, some Samu work practice, more Zazen, some Oryoki eating. We give instructions on how to do that if you come over to our Treeleaf site. It's not hard. So if you would like to join in a Rohat's retreat this week and you don't have a way to get to one, our Rohat's retreat comes to you. Please consider it. But in any event, let's just sit. Boy, I really got to talk to my son about cleaning up this place.